are going to have a great time in this group, and I want to just share a couple of ideas with you for starters. We can do anything in a embroidery machine. There's so many possibilities. I'm showing you an example here of a watercolor painting that I did, and I digitized the image and stitched it out. Even the border is done in the embroidery machine. This one too, I created the image in the center and then digitized it and stitched it out. The blocks is also done in the embroidery machine. Here again, another example of one of my paintings converted in and digitized and then stitched out. In this example, this is a good example of applique work that was done block by block in the embroidery machine. The following example is also one that was completely done in the embroidery machine. The front and back looks amazing. You can see what the possibilities are. And then I took a photo of my little granddaughter, digitized the parts that I liked, and then stitched it out in the embroidery machine, with this being the result. So you can see the possibilities are endless. I'm going to show you now how I digitize, a little example of that to just give you an idea. Take any sketch it yourself, or get something like this that I got out of a coloring book. Any free design. Make sure that you don't intrude on copyright issues, so you want to be safe. And then you start to digitize. This program that I'm using here in this example is the Artistic Digitizer from Jayni. My machines are all Jayni, and you can see the Artistic Digitizer is very convenient. I can digitize anything in here, images, sketches, and then I can create how it looks. You have to go through a learning curve where you learn how to use the tool, of course, but in this case I'm doing some bean stitches here. I can choose what kind of stitches I can create, or what kind of fills I can create, and I'm going through the whole exercise in this regard, taking every part of the design and digitizing it with nodes, following the outlines. Now you can use your colors to see how it's going to stitch out. I'm doing the flower here and I'm following the lines, but there's various ways of doing it. You can even use the already made little shapes and forms that you can use in the program, but I just prefer to use the nodes in this case here, and you will see what I do with them in the end as I continue just making the forms, completing them. I'm going through the outlines, making sure that I'm not intruding on the leaf forms. I'm making each form on its own, but I choose how I want to do it. Do I want those lines? No, I don't. I want to use the complete outline of the petal rather. So as you go, you decide how you want to complete the task. And this is just another way of filling in the shapes that you then later make into a flower. You will see here, there's the complete version, and you will see the The flowers are all digitized in a certain way. I am making now a stipple around the object, and I'm taking out the outline that I had, and I'm trying to bring it closer by manipulating the nodes. And you can see how much control you have over the nodes. You can just move them closer to the shape and so on. The possibilities are really endless. So I'm satisfied with that, but I see the center is still empty, so I create little shapes with my nodes to fill in the empty space, just to make it less empty. And you know, this is very roughly done just to show you what the possibilities are. So I'm not even giving it a lot of attention. I'm just doing it very fast. So I'm going to fill that in with some stippling again, but I don't want the outline, so I remove the outline. And there I'm taking the outline out, and then I want to make it the same color as the outside. I can, when it stitches out, I can decide what the colors are anyway, but these are just giving me an opportunity. Then I've decided that this hoop is too big. I want to use a hoop that is more suitable for this size block, and I will then, there I'm changing the color to suit the outside, and now I'm ready to change the hoop. I can start with the right hoop, but I just started with this hoop, so I'm just going to change the hoop, and then there I'm now ready to check by slow drawing how it's going to stitch out. So I'm doing this on my computer, and I'm taking it through to see that all the colors are all in sequence, so I don't have to do lots of color changes. And I see this is pretty good, and I'm ready to send it to my hoop, and there we go. We're going to go to the machine, send it to the hoop, and we're ready to stitch it out on the machine. Wonderful. And I hope you enjoyed this little demonstration. So there we are. I hope you are encouraged and inspired to do your own unique embroidery machine creations.